here's an interesting thing about Django. So I haven't talked that much about Django, so let me talk a little bit about it, okay? There's an interesting aspect to the movie. Who is Mercedes? And it's never, ever answered who Mercedes is. All right, and that's what I mean by that is Django has come to this town. It seems like he's coming there for a vengeance. You see him visiting a grave of a woman named Mercedes. Who this woman is not clear. The only thing we know about Django is he was probably in the Union Army or the Union Cavalry because of his cavalry pants. So he was in the war, and he was definitely on the side of the North. He's going to the South to deal, and the Colonel's character. He's definitely a figure from the South. He's definitely a figure from the Confederacy, and he has this Ku Klux Klan, like hooded army. All right, that are it would appear that they've wiped out all the black folks in the area, and now they're working their way through the Mexicans. It would appear that there were black folks in this area, and they were all murdered. And now it's the Mexicans' turn. Who is Mercedes? Is Mercedes Django's wife? Well, that's an interesting story. He has a wife. He leaves her in this village, a southern village, and goes off to fight for the North. And then comes back and she's dead. But it doesn't seem to suggest that he's just come back the minute the war is over. He's done a bunch of stuff, and now he's there. So that's his wife. That doesn't seem likely. Doesn't seem likely he would have a wife. It doesn't seem likely if he had a wife, he would abandon her. I've come up with a version of it that I think is the case. I think he never knew Mercedes. I think he was in the war. And I think Mercedes is the wife of somebody he served with. Mercedes was the wife of somebody in the Union Army that he served with, that he died. And he died in Django's arms or around Django. Before he died, he gave him something to give to his wife. And when the war is over, when you get around to it, go down to this village and find my wife. And I like to think, since I'm writing this all on my own, that it was a black soldier. And so, finally, he goes to this village to track down the wife of the black soldier that he knew in the town that she was living in, to find her murdered. And he finds the whole history of how this Ku Klux Klan-like gang has genocided the black folks in the area, or are now working their way through the Mexicans. And then revenge is perpetrated against the leader of this Klan army by an actor whose last name is Nero, which is Italian for black. That's my version.